CJC, first of all, it stands for Control Just Change. And the reason we call it Control Just Change is because we're giving control back to the people. If you look at what's going on with our industry, censorship, and all those different things, it's very important for us to make sure that everyone can have a message, they can have a voice, and they can take it out to the world. So we have a decentralized platform. The first thing we have is live streaming. Live streaming gives you the ability to pretty much like take your content out if you're a content producer. Once you get that content out, you can actually get tokenized for it. So that means that as you being a producer of content, you bring it to our network, people watch it. As they watch it, you're actually incentivized through tokens. So anytime someone comes on and they actually game, if they watch TV or they do anything on our private broadcast network, you actually get tokens in response for that. So our goal is to bring as many people as possible to watch our broadcasting network, play games, listen to music, all the things that people already do, but when you do it with us, you actually get tokens in response back. So first of all, our tokens is backed by gold, and there's a lot of people that say their tokens are backed by gold, but no one can really bring out a token like this and say we're really backed by gold. So this is a solid gold token. So pretty much like all of our tokens that we have on our network, you can actually turn them over and get real gold coins. So the reason that we say we're a utility coin is because when you have our tokens, as you build your tokens, you can actually buy different products, you can actually get gold coins, and there's other things you'll be able to get in our marketplace. Started off with the set-top box that we've had already for 2 years. It was already in production. There was already live streaming going on. And then we looked at blockchain and we said it would be very nice to give people the ability to put their content out there and get tokenized from it. To be able to build their profile without worrying about companies like Netflix or YouTube or someone kicking you off of their network because maybe you're not saying something that they like. So with our network, we make sure that you can actually take your message out there and push it out. So we were very motivated to make sure that we can help people out. You know, in today's time, I mean, we think it's very important to be able to give people a clear message, to be able to give people positive news, positive things in life. So a lot of people that's coming onto our networks are business owners, entrepreneurs, cooks, or whatever it may be, but it's like we're trying to keep a good network out there so people won't be inundated by all the bad news. After we started that, we realized, hey, there's a lot of people out there, just like Amazon when it comes to the boxes they have, Kindles. We're saying, hey, now what you can do is with our box, you can go into our marketplace, specifically through our box, and you can buy different products. So one of the products that we have is hemp, which is our first CBD product that we're bringing out to the market, is cannabis-infused water. It's made by a company by the name of Rocky Mountain High. So we took that on because we know that this is a new industry that a lot of people are trying to learn about. So just like blockchain, just like the CBD industry, it's something that some people look at it as being kind of strange, but once you really understand it, you can understand the benefits of it and how it can change our world for a better place. So now you can actually go on there and you can make purchases directly from our decentralized marketplace. The best thing about our company is that we allow people to come on as distributors. So if you're a regular person and you want to figure out different ways to maybe have a better income or have a side income, you can actually come on board as a distributor. You can take our products that we have in our marketplace, you can sell it, you can find content producers, you can find influencers, and as you do that, you actually earn a residual income from that. So if I brought, say if I had like I wanted to bring a musician on, they had their own content show. Maybe like there's a musician called Pitbull, he wants to help out over in Puerto Rico with all the humanity efforts and all the things. So if he says, hey, we're gonna have a private show on our network, and he goes out and tells people, you have to buy this box to see my show, then after everyone buys those boxes, he's gonna get paid a certain commission, and that goes back to the foundations or the charities that he's trying to help out. So there's so many different avenues and so many different ways for people to actually earn like passive income and residual income. We're trying to show people the possibilities and what they can do. I would say control just change. That's what CJC stands for. Our goal is just pretty much touch the minds of as many people as we can. Make sure that we can get our message out there. Make sure that we can become something better in this world and find like-minded people who want to join our tribe and we can all grow together. I think the best reason why people shouldn't be afraid of Bitcoin, I'll go back to 1994 to 97. When I first jumped on the internet and I was helping people build websites, a lot of business owners, they're really afraid. A lot of people said bad things about the internet. It's this, it's that, because people didn't truly understand it. But you see what we're doing today with the internet, it became a situation that you were forced to be on the internet and everyone uses it. It's the same with the blockchain and Bitcoin. Once you realize that blockchain is the new internet, it's the new service that people are gonna have to be on, have to adapt to, you're gonna be forced to do it. So instead of waiting and have to be forced to do it, you should get involved now, educate yourself, and understand that this is the future of our world. I remember a very good story when my parents had all their money in a few different banks and the market crashed. And I can still remember that day when my parents actually went to the bank and they turned them around and pretty much said that we can't give out money right now. That was my first eye-opener to realizing that when you put your money in these different places, you don't know where it goes. You don't know how it's held. That's why it's very important to own your own money. It's important to be able to have control over your own money and your own funds. So with Bitcoin and with the blockchain, it gives us that ability to have control. And that's what people have to understand. We're moving into a new generation. We're moving into different times that it's all about transparency. It's all about, you know, having trust within the system. And now we're building a system that we can all have trust in. So I think it's important that people get that. Because, I mean, you think about what happened way back in the day in gold, like during the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, Americans had their gold taken away from them. And then after they start to put laws in place and all that good stuff, new president comes in and says, okay, now it's okay for you to have gold. Same thing was happening today. It seems like it's being taken away. It seems like a lot of people are fearful of what's going on in the market, but that's because the powers that be is developing different things that they can develop so they can get ahead. Then once they get ahead, just like Facebook, once they start getting ahead, they said, okay, you guys can now start to do ads a little bit at a time because now they have a better hold on it. But if you look at all the major companies out there, you can see that everyone's adapting to this technology, so it's important for us to understand why and start to get involved now. And I think the key point is education. I mean, when a regular consumer uses PayPal or when they use a MasterCard, you're not really worried about the actual proxy servers or the VPN or the different things it takes to actually use that card. You just go out there and use it. I think the problem with our industry is that we try so hard to be over technical and try to explain things that the consumers or the people don't need to understand. So therefore people get confused and they're more afraid to do it. But if we start just putting the technology out there, the techie type people can understand the technology behind it, but the regular masses, the 98% of people out there, they just need to go out there and use it, and we need to make it easy for them to use it without all the jargon of how it's being done, what tunnels and what loops and what servers and how it's so this and so that. So I think it's all about education, and if we educate people properly, we can definitely take this to the next level. I really like breaking it down in a way that we look back at internet. People don't truly understand internet. People don't truly understand Wi-Fi. People don't understand Bluetooth and how Bluetooth operates. So when you try to explain these different things to people, I just tell them, like, look at how YouTube is. Look at how Bluetooth is. Look at how all the old technologies are and what we're using today. It's not important to get all deep involved inside the technology and the technical portion of it, but you just help them see a basic borderline of how it's being used and how it's like an open ledger and how different people can do certain things. But I think most importantly, you have to speak with that audience and see what type of knowledge they have. You see, if I come to you and talk to you about a car and you've never driven a car before, maybe you're into something else, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. But if I get to know you as a person, see what your likes are, and see what type of information that you already hold, then I can tailor that directly towards you as a person. So I think it's all about understanding your client, know your customer, and then you can educate them properly based upon that. So I'm here at my very first event at World CryptoCon. We're one of the partners over here also, and it's just such an amazing environment. And I think 2019 is going to get so much better. We have a lot of vendors here, we have a lot of supporters, we have a lot of like-minded individuals. So it's going to be so important for you to come next year because today, yesterday, and the days to come is just so great. And we're learning so much. I think it's amazing.